What's going on, Infected? It's Wolf of the Quarantine, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a game that is currently on Kickstarter that was sent to me to review by the name of Twin Stars. Now, Twin Stars is a puzzle game from Button Shy Games. They generally specialize in games that are about this small. Now you can get like an upgrade kit that adds all of this and some dice, but you can makeshift your own tokens and use normal dice as well, and that works just fine. But the way you're going to wind up playing this game is it is a little abstract, basically bounty hunter mission style game. You're going to choose a mission that you're going to go on and some aliens to go on that mission. And then you're going to roll dice and try to match symbols. And it's a little push your luck game. So depending on your mission, you could be maybe trying to break into or research corks or something. You're trying to research in a lab to try to reach the end of your research before your funding is dropped out from under you. Or maybe you're trying to escape from a prison, or there's all kinds of different things that you can do, the different types of missions anyways, and you're going to do this by pushing your luck. You're going to roll these dice, and then you're going to look at the symbols and see how they match on your character card, and you're going to perform different actions. And depending on what you roll, the different actions are going to do things. You can combine them to do things that are on the actual mission board as well, and you're trying to, maybe get closer to your objective or maybe lose some time. Then you can pick up one of those dice by lowering the other die by 1 point and then rolling it again. And that kind of gets your little your strategy there, because if one has a 1 on it and the other one has like a 5, I can pick up that 1, but that 5 becomes a 4, then I have to do what's on the card. And then I roll this and maybe I rolled another 1. So now I can't pick up the 4, because if I do, the 1 goes to a 0, which usually bad things happen. So you have a lot going on. But once you do make a full pair, you do what it says, whether it's advancing the mission or whatever. Maybe it hurts you, maybe it takes away time or whatever. Then you get to pick up both dice and just roll them both again. So because of that, there's a lot of kind of thinky strategy behind it. But what do I think about it? So, right out of the gates, I'm a big fan of Button Shy Games. And there for a while, I hadn't been sent anything from them. And I found out apparently they had my old address, and that's kind of the reason why. So, I'm a big fan of a lot of Button Shy's games. And for example, there was that Quark one that I actually have somewhere right around here still. It's a good little solo game, and they pack a punch in just this much of a game. So they're really cool company. But this game specifically, so these are the mission cards that I had mentioned. And for example, this one's the Escape the Brig. So your special symbols are 2 stars, 2 checks, or 2 alert symbols. And your character cards look kind of like this. So you have your health over here, and then if I roll a 1, that gives me a star. If I roll a 4, that gives me a check mark. So you're going to be comparing those to these. But you're always going to have 2 different heroes. So you're going to roll a die for each one of them, and if you wind up making one of these symbols, that's when you pick them both up and roll again. But some of these symbols are real bad as well, or some of them have instant effects, or there's one in here, I can't remember what he does, but yeah, you can choose to lose health and just add 1 to a die, or do a little skill check, and if you fail, you both lose health, and there's all kinds of different things. So there's a whole bunch of different characters that are all unique, and they all act a little differently. But then they all also have a little special action. And playing the game is really interesting. It's really fun, because each one of these different missions, while setting these missions up sometimes feels a little confusing, because the back has the rules and recommended characters. For example, Escape the Brig says additional components required, 4 to 6 coins/tokens, 1 to 3 energy, your location, something to mark your location on the bottom part here, the guard to mark over here, and then place over the pick at the start of the game. So a pick that you can put over here, because once you get the pick, you get a special little ability. And so if you don't have the bonus bag here that's got a bunch of dice and tokens and all that jazz, you're gonna have to find tokens to replace those. And that's really the biggest flaw of the game, is if you don't have that, if you don't get this, you're gonna have to scrounge together stuff to be your little markers and have dice and basically just have another little pouch like this. So if you wind up back in the game, definitely pick this up as well. It'll save you a lot of heartache and let you break out the game, pretty much anywhere. You can use a little hole punch a little hole here, and snap this on here. That way it stays together. But the game itself is really interesting because as a lot of you guys may know, I'm generally not a huge fan of dice-based games because I have garbage luck. Playing Warhammer 40,000, I've thrown 30 dice needing a 5-up, and I've gotten like 1 or 2 successes. So I don't like dice games. I don't like the fact that all of my strategy and planning can just fall apart because I just cannot roll the die to give me what I need. Where there's a lot of mitigation going, because you can plan according to. So yeah, that initial roll is 100% luck. You're gonna roll, and then now you're gonna figure out, okay, because you roll, this one's for him, this one's for them. Or do you swap them? Which one goes to which one's going to give you the most benefit? So you get to choose, okay, what die goes on who. Okay, so I'm going to put it this way, and that way I have 1 star, and then this one I can re-roll by lowering this, which gives me that star that I need. So now I have a chance that this die that I'm going to roll is a star. So I'm going to throw it, and it's not a star, but you have energy, which is basically a re-roll action. So I'm going to take one of those and remove it from the game, and I'm going to roll it again. You got that star. You have your 2 stars you need. You get to do that action, gets you 1 step closer. Or if you don't have that energy or don't want to use it, you can choose to go ahead and lower that other die, maybe giving you a bad result, but maybe also helping you, because some of them are like a really bad result, but then you also get to maybe re-roll another die or something. And there's just a lot going on, and for such a tiny, simple little game, Button Shy Games never ceases to amaze me with what they can pack into a handful of cards. This is it. This is the game right here. And generally speaking, you're going to use 3 of these, some tokens and some dice, and you're going to have a really fun little solo adventure. And that's probably my last maybe negative that some people are not gonna like, is this is a solo game. Initially it is just you, and you're playing these, and you're mitigating those dice. The game also has a synergy mode. Now, synergy mode is basically a campaign mode. Now, with the campaign mode, any health and everything is going to persist from round to round to round to round, well, to game to game to game to game, as you go through a campaign, as you see right here. There's different branching little campaigns that you can go through. Depending on how you completed one, you move on to the next one, so on and so forth. But another big change is you're going to choose 3 characters. Now, you're only ever going to use 2 in a mission. Whichever one is not being used is going to sit out and heal back to full health. So you're going to be constantly like shuffling your people around and moving this one out and bringing this one in. And so this one's pretty interesting. The campaign mode can feel a little much, I think is the right word for it, for such just a light little, just push your luck little game. But it's there for somebody who wants something with persistence, wants a little campaign to play through by themselves. Anyways, that is my review for Twin Stars. Definitely check it out. Button Shy Games so far has not ceased to amaze me with what they can do with just a handful of cards and maybe some dice. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time in the quarantine.